7:15, almost 7:16 on a cloudy Wednesday, April 1st. Expecting some rain for the rest of the week. Nothing real severe that I'm seeing, though, so, it's April. Want to welcome Mayor Dillard here and Billy D. Austin, Parks Director, City Mountain Home. Welcome, gentlemen. Billy's over here making some notes. How you been, Mayor?
I'm good. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate the opportunity to come here, and appreciated Jordan's prayer, young man leading us in prayer, and I think that's
some amazing young people at that
it
Mountain
is,
Christian
I tell
Academy,
you.
let me tell you.
Yeah, anytime you see young people stepping up to the mic and taking a leadership role, just a big thank you.
It's one thing to talk on the radio. It's another to voice of prayer, in my opinion, you know.
Yes, and he did a great job. So anyway, it's good to be here. We have Billy Austin with us. He's our Director of Parks, and he'll be talking quite a lot this morning on the activities that we have planned, and including on up into summer with our tournaments. And it's park time. I live across from Cooper Park, and it's already busy this morning.
Oh, yeah?
People out walking early and exercising. What a great time to wake up here in the Ozark Mountains and get out and enjoy the early morning and get some good exercise. And but we've got great parks, and I know Cooper and our parks are they're used and used a lot, and that's what they're there for, and that's what we encourage people.
And in my past years of helping with the baseball program, the Little League, when we'd have our tournaments come in, people would compliment, not only the cooperation between the Parks Department and the baseball program, but how well maintained everything is.
Yes, sir. It's a major job, and I was asking. I knew we had a lot, but unless people really stop and realize, we've got approximately 250 acres of parks, and the grass is turning green, and the fish are biting here, and turkeys are gobbling. So, but Billy D and his crew are, they've got their work cut out for them. But if you stop and think of 250 acres to maintain, that's a lot of mowing. That's a lot of weed eating. That's a lot of making sure that it's clean. Litter.
Mm-hmm.
People still tend to litter a lot here, and that's not a good thing. But we encourage everybody, if you don't throw that can or that cup or paper or plastic water bottle, just keep it or put it in a trash container, and we appreciate that cooperation. But at this time, I'll ask Billy to make comments, and but it's a great time of the year, and
looking forward to summer.
Ball season's right here. I mean, swimming's coming up shortly. We got tennis coming up this summer. It's a rounded out.
You've got the
arena
activities.
of sports
here
to our people. So, we just want our people to enjoy. We want our visitors to come in and enjoy. But, Billy, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
All right, Mayor, Dale. First thing I'd like to say is currently at this time we're hosting the sign-ups for men's church and co-ed open spring softball leagues. Registration is going on at this time. We'll take sign-ups until April 24th. All games will be played on Monday and Friday nights, May the 4th through July 17th at the Callisto Willette Park. Team registration fee is $295, which is due at the time of sign-up. For more information, people can also call the LC Simmons Youth Center at 424-7275. And with that being said, with baseball and softball going on here in Mountain Home, Mayor, as you were speaking about the parks weed eating and mowing, sometimes people forget that with the amount of rain that we've had and snow and ice, that the fields are saturated, and it takes some time for those to dry out. And oftentimes, when they're extremely wet, it's hard to get equipment out on the ball fields.
So let me point out right there, Billy, being involved in the baseball program, I have seen it so wet, and what was last year was our rookie field, now is the minor field, that
Right.
the city has actually had to come in and cut little trenches off of the third base line to get that field to drain because it stays so wet.
Right. That's the field sits the lowest out
Yep.
there at Cluster Willette, and so everything drains from the
Right
top
there.
to the bottom.
Yep.
And it creates another swimming pool for us that people forget about. So, but there is a lot of water. Hopefully, sunshine and windy weather will help us out. That way we can get on the fields and.
But they look
You know,
good. They look good.
but,
Already this season, they're looking good. Nice and green.
I like to say, appreciate Eden's Turf doing some things out there for us to make the grass green.
What was I saying a little while ago? It looks like Dublin on St. Patrick's Day out there.
Yeah.
The ball field's already.
Well, they sure show up. I tell you, and it looks like we're way deep into the season, and when we're just getting ready to get cranked up here. But what about you've got a lot of events lined up there.
Yes, sir, Mayor. We do. Here in Mountain Home, we're fortunate this year we'll have Cal Ripken Youth Baseball District and state tournaments. We'll have a Cal Ripken Girls Fast Pitch State Tournament. In addition to that, we'll be hosting a USSSA baseball tournament also, and a USSSA Fast Pitch Girls State Rec tournament in mid-July. So we have lots of tournaments, bring in lots of people here in Mountain Home.
Let's turn it into dollars and cents. What these tournaments do, bring a lot of people in from out of town. Paragould, Pocahontas, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, all around. Last year we had the Southwest Regionals, brought people in from New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, Arkansas, and I think Mississippi, yeah. They come and they spend money, people.
They do.
And they're not tax exempt.
No. They these are planned, and the families come in support of the players, and that's what is so good about the facilities we have here, that we can draw these tournaments in. And we'll talk a little later about a major donation to the city. But that'll be later on in the session here. But anytime that we can have an event here and draw people in, our sales tax, or the city sales tax, is our biggest source of revenue. That goes into the general fund.
Yeah.
Most of it goes in the general fund. Some goes to the street, but it funds our essential services, our fire and our police and our parks, and water and sewer has its own funding, and streets has its own funding. But the general fund is the fund, and that's where most of the sales tax money goes. And as long as we can generate money through the sales tax, that keeps the millage down. It keeps our tax base down for the people that live here the year round. So I think it's a great way to generate money.
Just got to think about this. Friday night we're going to be out at El Chico's with Congressman Crawford. He's coming to talk about the funding for the fish hatcheries here and at Heber. And if I've got my stats correct, I was talking with Leon Alexander. This is just what the fish hatchery does. It brings in 250,000 visitors a year that generates like $2.2 million worth of revenue. Put that in perspective, the return on the investment for every dollar the government spends, it brings in $100 to Baxter County. Mm-hmm. That's 100-to-1 ratio.
We just wish we had more sources that we could generate and turn that kind of a yeah. Well, the fish hatchery is so important to the area, and the trout industry, the trout fishing all up and down the two rivers here, and all the way down to Heber. Mm-hmm. The fish hatchery, in my opinion, at least to Congress, should be a no-brainer, because when you spend $1 and generate $100 back, 100 times returns on your investment. Mm-hmm. Most business people would take that in a heartbeat.
And so this is what Billy and the Parks Department are doing, bring these tournaments in. Let's see, you got softball and baseball, and then we've got swim meets that'll bring people in.
We have swim meets, also 3 swim meets here in Mountain Home this year. So they bring in many folks to the city. And by all means, we need everybody that we can get to come in to visit our parks, our pool, and hotels, restaurants, other merchants here in town. So we're glad to have everything.
People enjoy coming to Mountain Home in Cotter and Norfolk.
We do, and you know, if there's an event, and I know the other towns have events, and when they have events, that helps us. When we have events, that helps them. So it's a team effort throughout our county and north central Arkansas. We just want to get people here. And once we get them here, and I've said this many times, but once we get them here and we treat them right, and they, you know, Mountain Home people are a very courteous people, and so people, when they come here, when they visit and enjoy the area, they're going to go back and help promote our area by telling their neighbors, their family, and even planning themselves to come back. So what better way could we do it than to show them a good time while they're be a very friendly and open and
Good old Mountain Home hospitality.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Let's go ahead and take the news break. It's 7:26. Time for the news. We'll be back with Mayor Dillard and Billy D. Austin right after this. Stick around. Be right back. 7:34 on April 1st. Back with the mayor and Billy D. Austin, Parks Director. Gentlemen, welcome back. We went back and got another cup of coffee. Mayor's enjoying the coffee today.
Thank you, Dale. Yes, this Brewed Awakening is it's a great blend, and I mean it's good to have, and thank you and thank Brewed Awakening for the coffee. I think we'll go back to Billy and let him finish up some. He's got some more scheduled events that's coming up. So, Billy.
Thank you, Mayor. First thing I'd like to cover is an upcoming event coming this Saturday, weather permitting, at Cooper Park at 11 a.m. On the east side of the park. There is the annual egg hunt. Immediately following the egg hunt, from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock at the L.C. Simmons Youth Center, we'll have our spring carnival. Refreshments, cotton candy, face art, crafts, inflatables, photos with the Easter Bunny. So I'd like to invite everybody out to that. It'll be a great event. Another event the following weekend on Saturday, April 11th, is our end of the season youth basketball party from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock for all the families that participated in youth basketball this past year. Free pizza and refreshments for those that have participated this past year with us. Last event I would like to talk about, May the 2nd, Saturday, May the 2nd, is Glow in the Park 5K Run. Race day registration is that particular day is from 6:30 to 7:30, and the run actually starts at 8:30 p.m. So for more information on any of these events, feel free to contact 424-7275 LC Simmons Youth Center, and we'll give them all the information they will need for all these events.
What do you do in your spare time? Mow grass?
Actually, some softball.
You guys stay
things,
busy. There's always something going on down there at the park.
So
A lot of good events lined up.
That is.
Yeah. And that,
Let me see that one at 5K. That sounds like fun.
It is. Jeff is a guy that runs, and so last year we had the donut dash,
Yeah.
and this year glow in the park. So
that's something, Dale, that you and I.
well, there's no time limit, Mayor. So
There's no time limit, so I might could.
Saturday, May 2nd. I probably finished Sunday, May 3rd.
Yeah, that'd be ready to start back on Monday morning, maybe. Well, Dale, Billy, thank you for the looking at the schedule, and there's lots and lots of other events going on all over the area, and so we just encourage people to get out and come, and if you don't have a family member playing ball or swimming or playing soccer or something, well, just come out and watch the kids and enjoy the area. We had a wonderful.
Let's spread that map out over here. We've got plenty of room here on the table. So
Yeah,
that
we've
thing.
got
I
a
know
map
people-
here of the donation that the city of Mountain Home received from the Baker family, the Jerry Baker family. It's actually they were so generous with us to give this 42.6 acres of prime land, and it's located out across on 62 412 West, across from the new Harps building. and it's the old McCabe, TJ and Sarah McCabe farm,
Yeah.
and it's 42.6 acres, and what's on the map, people can't see it out in radio land, but it's a softball complex, 4-field, state-of-the-art softball complex with parking, with lots of, and we've got actually 3 lakes out there, spring fed, that cannot be drained. They're in the wetland, and Billy and the group, we're going to be looking at making some recreation there for the kids, and maybe some fly fishing for adults, or there's a lot of options out there, and so when you look at this land and how it lays, and it can actually be viewed from 62 412 or the bypass, where the bypass cuts off. Great piece of property, and the Baker family were so gracious and generous to give this to the city. And I wanted to thank too the First Christian Church. One of the entrances will be going in between First Christian Church and the Ultimate Ford
dealership there.
Yes, that will be going in to. We'll have 2 entrances in, and Dr. Ray Stahl was very instrumental in putting together the soccer complex out on 5 South, back actually around 2000 in that neighborhood. I was mayor at that time, and I know it was a partnership with a lot of different people that was helping, but he is very good at this, and he was the one that's been working with the Baker family, and he is going to be the fundraiser for the complex. And the city's part in this will be putting the streets in, the water and sewer to the place, and then, of course, Billy and his people will
This is amazing.
Take this over. Now, the time frame on this is from 3 to 4 years. So,
I was hoping you say months.
well, you know what?
That'd be nice.
Hey, I personally think that time frame will be quicker, but in this is in planning, because we're starting from scratch here. And but I'd like to get Billy to give his views on it and how he looks at this gift and what it means to us.
First thing I like to say is I'm very thankful that we have had this opportunity to receive this great gift to the city, and then in addition to that, for it to become a park. And the great thing about it is a 4-field softball complex that actually can be used for baseball also, portable mounds, temporary fencing, things of that nature. High visibility, great location, easy access from every direction. The opportunity to provide our citizens opportunity to participate in softball out there. In addition to that, weekend tournaments that helps generate revenue for the city. It'll be something that we definitely need here in Mountain Home.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map now. This is awesome, guys. I like this.
It is. And I think in addition to the ball fields, Mayor and Dale, there's unlimited opportunities out there for the future.
You bet. Yeah.
Things that can be
Well,
developed.
now look at this. Now, here's my thinking. I can see the entrance to the new harps across the highway. Now, this is one of those Google map or Google aerial views with the proposed ball field in here. That's going to help develop the west end between Mountain Home and Gassville now.
Oh, yes, sir.
We've got the harps, we've got the bank, you got the churches and the car dealerships there too. That's going to help develop the west
You've
end.
got a new Ultimate GMC going in, just as part of the car, the Shasheen family. And then you've got the GMC place. It's going to be the new technical college on a little further west. So, this is going to help anchor and really promote that end of town. And in looking, and there's so much more commercial land around it that can be developed, and I'm sure that's...
What's the bank just right there at the junction? I can't
First
think.
Community Bank.
Is that First Community Bank there?
if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't
Yeah.
some more of that property able to be developed for commercial use right in there?
Oh
Is
yes,
that
sir.
open?
I think the Gregory Magnus
Yeah.
family have that, and that side of the road is a lot of open, good development, commercial land, and then on the side at the new ball, great land on that side. That's you see
Yeah.
outside the boundaries here, and it's going to open up a lot of.
So when we have weekend tournaments, that means that there's another opportunity for fast food restaurants to be on the west side and other venues that we don't have on Restaurant Row right now.
Yes,
and
sir.
the east side.
Yeah. Most of the restaurants tend to be from the middle of Mountain Home on to the east,
east.
and if you get to looking, there's not. So I think this will be the tool that we need to actually, get people excited, and the people I've been talking to are very excited
Oh,
about it.
man. I can see the potential right here because I remember what happened on the east side 15, 18 years ago when Walmart first went in, and it just developed like crazy. You put these softball fields out there, it's going to bring other venues in. You've got Harps, you got the bank, the car dealerships. That's going to really develop that West End.
It will, and you know what? And we need that balance. We need the West End to grow, and we're just so thankful to the Baker family for this gift. And again, we talked about the revenue that generates that we use for the city to run our essential services. This will be a great addition. This is something we don't have. We don't have a 4-field complex that we can, draw in tournaments.
Exactly.
And people love to come here. We've talked about that. So this is just another tool that we can use once we get it in place that will really. And I think the whole community will get excited over it.
It's it's a challenge, but it's something I'm looking forward to. Have an opportunity to have this complex out there, and I see nothing but good things happening in Mountain Home with this, in addition to coming to Mountain Home.
It's going to be
Yeah.
good.
One comment I'd like to make is as soon as we get, as all the paperwork is in place and the council has taken official action on it, the council is excited about this. But Mr. Tilley we will rough in a road, an entrance in where that he can actually start hauling material to help build this field up and stockpiling it or spreading it, and then
Yeah.
he'll be spreading it and then coming in with heavier equipment, and so we will start. People will start seeing some work starting out there in the fairly near future. As soon as he gets a crew freed up, that he's got 2 crews out working now, and once they complete the first crew that completes their job will come out and actually rough in a road, and and you'll start seeing activity there, and so. This is a great opportunity, and this only comes along once in a lifetime when you
Boy,
get
it
a
does.
gift like this in a location like this. It's just
This is giving the dog the bone with the T-bone meat still on the bone, ain't it?
I'd say
agree.
so. That's a pretty good description there,
Whoa.
Dale.
Let's take a quick break. We've got the Sean Handy Daily Update. More with the mayor and Billy D right after this. 7:51. Back with Billy D and the mayor. You like that coffee, don't you?
That's great coffee. Just had to get another little
The mayor's
fill up here.
It's 3-2. Mayor's on cup number 3. I'm on number 2.
Well, it is great coffee. And going back to the land that has been donated by the Baker family, looking at the time frame and everything, but the city, we consider this a great gift. We consider the work that we do in building the streets and getting the the water and sewer and the parking lots. A great investment for the city, and for future. This can and will and should be a facility that will our grandchildren and their children and grandchildren will enjoy over the years, and it just it'll be a great addition, and we're excited about it, and think that just want to
Unbelievable.
I wish everybody out in Radio Land could actually view the map that we're looking at and the potential that it has.
Get on XL7. Show that to Gil and let everybody can see it on TV.
well, that would be a good thing. And the ponds, if you look at a pond out here, you don't think too much about it. But the way these ponds, and there's 3 in a row, from 3 different sizes, spring fed, and great opportunity to, and somewhere down the line we'll be looking for potential, or most likely looking for sponsors to. Dr. Stahl will be looking for sponsors to help raise the money by, so the city's going to spend money. It's a great investment and a great opportunity. And
It is.
I'll say this: anybody that out in radio land that would like to come by City Hall and look at it, I welcome you to come in. We'll have the map there, and you can take a look at it. And we're open to suggestions on what we do with the part of the land that's not going to be for softball or for fishing or recreation for our kids. A lot of opportunity out there for trails and other activities, and so
the possibilities are endless. I'm looking at it now. I'm just sitting there coming up with ideas.
Yeah, ultimate frisbee, nature trail, bicycle trail. There's many
Ultimate
opportunities.
Frisbee. You think the ultimate people would sponsor that?
You know what? I think we'll get there'll be a lot of people that want to get involved in this, and we want it to be a community
Yeah, it's gonna be
project,
awesome.
and
It
we
is.
want people involved in it, and it's a great opportunity. Dale, I just have to mention what went on last night.
I was hoping you'd bring it up. We're down to 2.5 minutes. I wanted to get that in.
Well, at the Baxter County Fairgrounds last night, John 3:16, which is a boot camp for alcohol and drug addiction that men have, age 21 and older. They came and they made their appearance here, and they were invited just to let the community know what is available for people or families that struggle with drug addictions or alcohol addictions. We heard and seen last night, and enjoyed great food. Actually, there was a total of about 400 people there, and they all enjoyed a fish dinner at no cost, and it was just a great group of people with changing their lives. And the testimonies we heard
evening.
was you was there,
Yeah, totally amazing evening.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And the main reason for this was just it was an awareness. Let people know, because we're not exempt here from problems, and families are those addictions are no it can happen anywhere with anybody, and we just want to make sure that the people know that this is out there.
Check it online, John 3:16 Ministries. They're at Charlotte, Arkansas, which is down around the Batesville area.
They're about 12 miles east of Batesville, and they have a pretty large area, and they have their own own structures, their own the way it's set up, and it's actually no cost to the people with addictions to go through this.
It's an amazing program.
It's a 6-month, and the ones that go there work, and you could tell last night that they're changed people.
They are.
And if we can get people into programs like this, and instead of going to jail or to prisons, we're instead of spending taxpayer money on them in prison, they're going to become productive people and become taxpayers.
That's right.
So it's a major turnaround in lives. So thank to all the people that came out last night. Thank you for being there, and all the people
thoroughly
that
enjoyed
attended. It's just
an amazing evening.
It was, and we certainly enjoyed it. Billy, you got anything on the end?
I just like to say, first of all, Dale, thanks
Anytime.
for having us here today, and Mountain Talk for doing this show here. But for anybody that has any questions, they can call LC Samuels Youth Center at 424-7275 for any additional information.
That wraps it up. Time for the Rush Morning Update, followed by Glenn Beck. See you tomorrow.